Welcome to Hidden Headlines. We're diving straight into the day's briefing. Lots to cover. We've got President Trump on cultural institutions, some big moves in diplomacy.
Showing real strength there.
Exactly. Then there's federal action making a difference in D.C., a major investigation update.
The Bolton raid, yeah.
Yeah.
That's got people talking.
Definitely. Plus, a look at socialized healthcare realities.
Lots to unpack.
No time to waste. Let's get right into it. Okay, first up, this thing at the Smithsonian. An intersex inclusive progress pride flag flown at their buildings. And President Trump reacted pretty strongly, said the Smithsonian's been out of control for a long time. What's the takeaway here?
Well, it's fascinating because that single flag, it really shows a much larger trend, a concerning one, frankly.
How so?
You see the left's overreach sort of taking over these cherished cultural places. The Smithsonian, it's supposed to preserve our shared history.
Right, for everyone.
Exactly. And this flag, the Intersex Inclusive Progress Pride 1, it adds even more specific identity symbols. For many, flying that isn't about inclusion, it's about pushing a very specific political agenda.
So it feels divisive, not unifying.
Precisely. It's seen as actively working against traditional American values, the things that are supposed to bring us together. So when these institutions start doing this, it, makes you ask what their real mission is now.
Yeah, are they impartial keepers of history or something else?
That's the question. It's a vivid image, really, of how far some has strayed. And you can see why President Trump's comment about them being out of control hits home for so many Americans. They feel these places don't represent them anymore.
Okay, let's shift from culture wars to global diplomacy. President Trump on Russia and Ukraine. He said, and this is a quote, "We're going to see if Putin and Zelensky will be working together. They don't get along too well for obvious reasons, but we'll see." Very direct, kind of pragmatic, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. Incredibly pragmatic. It cuts right through the usual diplomatic fluff.
Yeah, no niceties there.
No. And connecting that to the bigger picture, it really does highlight President Trump's unique strength. He negotiates with these powerful, often difficult leaders head on.
Unlike others we've seen.
Well, yeah. Past administrations often seemed hesitant, maybe even perceived as weak sometimes. But Trump speaks plainly. He wants results. Tangible outcomes.
America first.
Always. It's about putting America first, ensuring our security, finding ways towards peace, even when dealing with leaders who have, let's say, significant disagreements.
Deep disagreement.
Right. So it really makes you think, what kind of leadership actually commands respect on the world stage? What gets things done? It's a stark contrast, seeing a leader tackle these huge challenges directly with that unwavering American focus.
Okay, now home front, and this is really something. President Trump's push to make D.C. safe again. He's calling the latest news a miracle, his words. There have been no murders in D.C. in the last week. That's the first time in anybody's memory. A whole week. No murders.
It's incredible, truly.
Stand to think about that. Our nation's capital.
Indeed. It's an astonishing turnaround. That single statistic, it just screams effectiveness, doesn't it?
It really does.
It proves, beyond any doubt, the power of federal intervention when local government has struggled, let's be honest, struggled badly with basic law and order.
For a long time in some cities.
Like way too long. Often under, a certain kind of leadership. This policy, federal help, it was desperately needed to restore safety. Basic civility, even.
And you see results. Real results.
Tangible results. Directly impacting people's lives for the better. It paints this vivid picture, a safer community, people breathing easier, all because of strong, decisive federal action focused squarely on public safety.
It's not just numbers, it's lives.
Exactly. It's proof of what strong leadership can achieve.
But the president didn't just praise the results. He also had words for the D.C. mayor.
Yes, he did.
Said, "I wish they'd say, I need help." Instead of saying the stats are down, they're under investigation now for fake numbers. Then he declared, "We are going to make D.C. totally safe."
That is hard.
It's about honesty, isn't it? Acknowledging the problem.
It really exposes what looks like, concerning corruption, or at least undeniable incompetence in some local leadership. Instead of facing the problem, seeking help to protect people.
They downplay it, or worse.
The perception is they try to downplay it, maybe even fudge the numbers, mislead the public. And that right there is the justification for President Trump's decisive federal action. It becomes crystal clear.
When local authorities fail.
Aim to scare the truth, yeah. Federal help isn't just nice to have, it becomes absolutely essential. Crucial for the safety, the well-being of Americans. It really forces that question. Who actually cares about the public safety here? Especially when faced with the facts, the real dangers.
So the promise to make D.C. safe is about accountability too.
Accountability and delivering results. Absolutely.
Okay, let's shift again. Big news this morning. The FBI raid John Bolton's home and office.
Yes, that sent ripples for sure.
President Trump commented, said, "I'm not a fan of John Bolton. He's a real sort of lowlife." Strong words.
Very strong personal opinion, yes.
But then he added, "I know nothing about it. I tell Pam and I tell the group I don't want to know about it. You have to do what you have to do." It seems quite detached from the investigation itself.
And that's the crucial part, understanding the context. The FBI conducted a court-authorized search. This isn't random.
Right. Based on evidence.
Part of a renewed investigation into handling classified documents.
Yeah.
It happened early Friday. Bolton's home in Maryland, his D.C. office, started around 7 a.m. at the house.
And the FBI confirmed it, but didn't give details.
Correct. Just said no threat to public safety. So President Trump's statement, despite his very clear dislike for Bolton.
Yeah, no love lost there.
None. But his statement shows him letting law enforcement operate independently, letting the legal process run its course.
Important principle.
Vital. It underlines that nobody's above the law, especially with national security stuff. Doesn't matter who you are, your past job, your political views. The system, with court oversight based on evidence, moves forward. That's how it's supposed to work.
Okay. Let's look internationally again, but this time healthcare. And this is, well, it's stark. Canada's system.
Yeah.
We saw this comment, someone sharing their story. It's gut-wrenching. "I need an MRI to see if I have a brain tumor." Apologies for the language, but that's the quote.
Understandable given the situation.
You had guessed when it is. It's in 2026. They clarified it's March 2025 now. An MRI for a possible brain tumor in 2026.
Over a year wait for that.
And they summed it up. Canada, where healthcare is free, but only if you can afford to wait.
Well,
That it lays bare the whole systemic failure, doesn't it? Frankly, the cruelty that can come from these socialist healthcare models.
free, but at what cost? That's the devastating question. What's the real cost of free when critical, potentially life-saving tests are pushed off for over a year, leaving people in agony, in fear, risking their lives?
It's terrifying.
It is. And this tragedy, it just unequivocally underscores the superiority of America's private healthcare system. Now, look, our system has challenges. Nobody denies that.
It's not perfect.
Not perfect, but it fundamentally prioritizes timely access. You can generally get the care you need when you need it. You're not trapped in some endless government queue that could literally be a death sentence.
Huge difference.
A life and death difference. It's a disturbing picture of what we risk if we ever go down that road.
Yeah.
That free system often denies the most basic thing,
Right.
access when it matters most. It really highlights the value of choice and speed in healthcare.
Okay, let's circle back quickly to the Bolton raid. Something interesting popped up on CNN.
Oh, on CNN.
Yeah. Report says a guest came on and actually defended the FBI's actions, said it's not political weaponization.
That is interesting coming from them. What did they say?
Stressed it was, quote, FBI agents, career prosecutors, career people in the DOJ who assembled a case file that had to go to a federal judge and show probable cause.
Emphasizing the process, the legal stance.
Exactly. And added, this isn't Trump's or Kash Patel's anger or vitriol coming to roost here. And apparently, the report noted they were not liking what this guy was saying.
Huh. Tells you something, right?
It does.
But look, hearing that defense, especially on CNN, which, let's be honest, often pushes a very different narrative on these things.
Right. Usually it's weaponization, this political, that.
Exactly. So hearing a career professional defend the process, it aligns with protecting law enforcement's integrity from those knee-jerk accusations of bias. It highlights the due process, the probable cause requirement, the judicial oversight.
The checks and balances.
Yes, reminds us that even with political figures, the legal system is designed to work based on evidence, based on procedure, not just political wins or personal feelings. It reinforces those core American justice principles, even if it comes from an unexpected place.